We're going to have a brief introduction from two of our key people in Scotland, Royce Foyer and Lang Banks. Royce Foyer is the General Secretary of the Scottish Trade Union Congress, and I'm very pleased to have Royce with us today. So Royce, please speak to the event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stephen, and good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you to today's conference organised by the Just Transition Partnership, which the STUC is very happy to co-chair alongside Friends of the Earth Scotland. Many of you will know that the concept of a just transition was born in the US labour movement, and it involved oil workers' unions enlisting the support of environmental and community groups to campaign for the long-term future of those workers. And this is a concept that we've embraced here over many years with the STUC, working alongside environmental groups to highlight the real issues facing workers. And there's been a real growth of climate activism within the Scottish trade union movement. So we've seen things like trade unionists standing alongside the youth climate strikers in our streets. We've seen workers at BIFAB occupy renewables yards in defence of green jobs. In Glasgow, trade unions have played a really leading role in the Free Our City campaign, which is calling for free publicly owned bus travel. And more recently, the STUC has launched the Our Climate, Our Buses campaign, calling for our buses to be taken back into public ownership. And in coming weeks, we will launch campaigns on Our Climate, Our Homes, calling for local authority-led green retrofitting programmes for all Scotland's homes, and the Our Climate, Our Jobs campaign, calling for real action to deliver more local supply chains to create jobs in the renewables industries here in Scotland. So it's clear that across the trade union movement, there is a growing awareness and commitment to addressing the climate crisis. But at the same time, it must be acknowledged that Scotland's history, as Stephen said, our history so far of energy transition and deindustrialisation means that many of Scotland's energy workers are highly sceptical when business and government use and perhaps overuse the catchphrase of a just transition at the same time as they engage in a very unjust race to the bottom on terms and conditions and fail spectacularly to create new jobs. And it's these workers who will need the support of environmental campaigners before their backing can be won for a just transition. So in short, if the trade union movement is to be more green in its thinking, then we also need Greens to be more red. And I want to extend that analogy to this political sphere. We now have Green Party politicians in the Scottish Government as ministers, but while the policy programme agreed contains welcome gains, it fails to deal with fundamental questions around ownership, which are crucial to achieving a real just transition. So ahead of the COP26, we want to see urgent action by Scottish Government to take back control of our bus network, climate-proof our homes through street-by-street retrofitting programmes, and democratise ownership in our energy industries. Now, these issues are not only crucial to tackling climate change, but they're critical to meeting the material needs of working class people. And these need to be at the heart of any serious government action aimed at tackling inequality and climate change. It's now less than 2 months until the COP begins, and it's 18 months since the beginning of a global pandemic, which has really held up a mirror to the state that we're in. And I think it's taught us some key lessons. We've learned that it's not the hedge fund managers or billionaires who've kept our society going. It's actually low-paid key workers who've risked their health and well-being to keep us all safe. We've learned that those countries who were prepared to act decisively and prioritise people's safety over the concerns of business were the most successful at suppressing the virus and lessening the negative economic impact. And we've learned that our public services are underfunded to an unsustainable level. And we've learned that those countries where inequalities were the least have fared the best in terms of being resilient and able to cope. Now, I think these same lessons are crucial in the context of the climate crisis. A just transition can't be achieved without massive state intervention and the accountability that can only be delivered through direct public sector provision, because the markets alone won't fix this. The Brazilian trade union leader and environmentalist Chico Mendes once said, environmentalism without class struggle is just gardening, and working class communities have led some of the most successful environmental campaigns in our history. So I hope that we can insert that spirit of class struggle into our climate crisis campaigning going forward, for the benefit of the planet and for the benefit of all people around the world. So I hope that's provoked a few thoughts in opening the conference. I really look forward to hearing the discussions that will unfold today, and I look forward to working with all of you going forward on this crucial agenda. Thank you.